Hello everybody, it's Leanne, and today's video is going to be a Yonsei room tour. So I am obviously not in my Yonsei dorm, but I did film a room tour of my dorm when I was residing in Yonsei, or in South Korea, so I will just play that video, and at the end I will kind of cover everything and all the information about the Yonsei dorms in the end portion, so I'll timestamp that for you guys if you guys care. These are the timestamps, and yes, let's go. So I live in SK Global House in a double room, and we have this like giant kind of cabinet beside the door to hold just like, we hold plastic bags and just miscellaneous stuff. Then we have a shoe closet, but you know, most of our shoes are on the ground. But yeah, that's that. Then you turn into the shower. Hello, I'm in pajamas. I'm sorry, I should have been a little bit more presentable. But yeah, this is the shower. I just remembered I was gonna buy hair dye today, but I didn't. Anyways, this is the toilet, and I don't know how much you want to see of the toilet, but there's a toilet, and then there's like a cabinet space and a mirror. Okay, so this is my side of the room. Okay, so this is my side of the room. There's just this tall ass closet, and you can hang stuff in it, but I've taken most stuff out, the winter stuff, because I'm leaving Korea soon, so I need to pack up. And then down here is just another like little holder, like cupboard thing, and it has clothes, and then there's a mirror right there, and this is pretty big. A lot of the stuff is like, it goes to the ceiling because there's so little space in this room. But anyways, this is my bed. It's just like a twin bed. I know I can't really show you guys stuff really well because this room is just quite small. But under the bed there is like a storage space. Okay, that's my dirty laundry. So I hope you guys enjoyed that room tour. I know it was kind of shitty, but you know, I tried my best. There wasn't that much things to show, so I didn't have a very long room tour. I'm going to be talking about international exchange students. I'm not going to be talking about like international students if you are residing in Korea, or if you're like an actual student at Yonsei, or like thinking about being an actual student at Yonsei. I'm just talking about, so just kind of like a general overview of my own experience. I lived in SK Global House. I lived there for 1 semester, so February until June, and then so there are 2 different residencies for international exchange students. There's SK Global House and International House, and the difference between International and SK is that International is an all-girls residency, and then SK is a co-ed residency. International House is older than SK, and SK has more like facilities within it, although International House like residents can access like the stuff that SK has. So I'm going to be covering the prices and what it's like and what there is, what's included and everything. So let's get started. So the prices for SK Global House and International House, I'll put it on the screen. This is for only 1 semester, so just keep that in mind. That's not for the whole year, it's just for 1 semester. So the prices for an SK single, the prices for an SK double, and then the prices for an international house. So I just wanted to clarify all that. So there's an SK double and single. So SK Global House has a double and single room compared to International House where it's only double rooms. So if you're interested in having a single room, you would apply to the SK Global House single room instead of International House. Again, International House is only for girls, so guys cannot live in International House. The application process itself was kind of stressful to me, but it was easy, but I was stressed out because I heard that a lot of people apply, and I was really scared, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna get into the room, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna have anywhere to live, I don't know where to live, blah blah blah. Corona happened, COVID happened, and a lot of people that didn't get rooms, they could actually end up going to SK Global House and getting a room, because like a lot of people started moving out of SK Global House because of COVID when it first happened in America, like the first like round, I don't even know what the fuck but it's called, but it's like when the airport started closing and the border started closing and everything, a lot of students left, so there was actually tons of room. Of course this is an exception because like not every year we're gonna have a fucking global pandemic, so yeah, just keep that in mind. It was kind of a stressful process, but of course like in the end a lot of people did end up getting housing in residency because of COVID, because a lot of people were moving out, then more people could move in. But the application process is pretty simple. Yonsei will send you an email about when applications are. They'll send you your username and then your password to get into the housing office website, and that's where you will sign up and like fill out this information about yourself. So how they match you up with your roommate, they don't really give you like a test. Like I remember at U of T, they gave me a test about like my sleeping schedules, how I am, my habits, and then they tried to like, or I assume they tried to like match me up with someone similar to me. So at Yonsei, they don't do that at all, or at least for exchange students, they don't do that at all. I guess it's like kind of a hassle, but like all you do is just fill out a form about your personal information, like emergency contacts and everything, and then that's it until registration happens. But basically you just get matched up randomly. You can request a roommate, but it isn't always 100% that you will get your roommate, so that's the thing. But that's about it. So you'll get an email about like the logins information, and you'll go to the housing office website, and I'll link the housing office website down below because it actually does have a lot of information. But so you'll log into the housing office website like a couple days before, so you can get your like stuff filled out, so you don't have to fill it out when you actually have to apply to housing, because that will just be a really stressful day. So Yonsei will email you, or Yonsei housing office will email you the specific time that you are supposed to log in on your account and then like apply to like what house you want to live in, so like SK Global House or International House. On the website there'll be like two options. It'll say SK Global House or International House. You can only pick one, and you can only have one application. So that means you need to make up your mind. There's no like backup. It's not like, oh, I want to pick SK Global House, but if I don't get into SK Global House, I'll pick International House. It's like if you pick SK Global House single room, that's your only application. So if you do not get into the SK Global House single room, that means you didn't get into the residency. Then they'll give you like a process date where you have to wait until they process the applications. So they'll tell you in like 2 or 3 business days, I believe, if you got in or not. So yeah, and that's basically the application. I also recommend you use Internet Explorer instead of Google Chrome or Firefox or anything like that, because in Korea they mainly, like from administrative purposes, they mainly use Internet Explorer, not Google Chrome. So Google Chrome can be kind of fucked up. It's a first come first served basis. So again, like if you applied to like a single room in SK but you didn't get in, then that means you didn't get in. That's why you have to click it right at that very moment, because it's so competitive. I'm gonna talk about the difference between the 2 residencies. So I'm gonna read it off of what I wrote. So International House has double rooms only, has a common bathroom. So what I mean by that, I forget what the word is, that's why I wrote common bathroom, but it's like the bathroom that you share with everyone on your floor. So in International House, that's another reason why it's cheaper, is because everybody on the floor shares a bathroom. So you guys have a bathroom, and then you guys have your own common area on your floor. But compared to SK Global House, each room has their own bathroom. So in my double room, we had a bathroom, and then in your single room you would have a bath. And in the rooms in International House, they have a fridge compared to SK Global House, where our fridges are downstairs in the common kitchen area. So International House is girls only. I covered that. And they have like less common areas, like they have less common spaces compared to, also it doesn't come with a meal plan, so all these, you don't need to bring your own blankets, your pillow, or your comforter, because SK Global House like provides all that, and so does International House, so you don't have to worry about bringing that across the sea to like South Korea. Although I did bring my own blanket and I did buy my own pillow at Daiso, because I just am not comfortable with sleeping in someone else's pillow and blanket, but I just used the comforter because I was like okay with the comforter. But like, yeah, SK Global House has a gym and like a music room and other things that I can't remember, but yeah, so that's about the logistics of it all. If you guys have any other questions, you can comment that down below, but I'll just be talking about what is around the dorms and also my experience. So I'll talk about what's around the dorm and then my experience in the end. At International House, there's like a global, I forget what it's called now, global common area. It's called global something, but in there it's like right beside SK Global House, like literally right beside. I don't know if I have a photo, maybe, but like if I find a photo I'll show you. But right beside it, a cafeteria, and then there's also the GS25, and then there's also like a cafe and other eating spots. So yeah, it also like is an entrance to the KLI building. Again, I was going to Yonsei while there was corona. All the actual school things don't matter to me, but like the GS25 was always open, restaurants and stuff were always open, and the cafeterias were always open. So yeah, those weren't affected by COVID. There is a main cafeteria at Yonsei. It's just on the main campus, and the main campus is probably like a 15-ish minute walk, maybe even longer if you're really slow. It isn't really that far, but because Yonsei and like just like Sinchon and Seoul in general is so hilly, it just feels like it's so long. But yeah, there's a main cafeteria that is super cheap. Like a lot of the stuff on their menu on the main campus is super cheap. Like you cannot find anything that's over 10,000 won. So you can't find anything that's over like $10-ish in the student cafeteria. I know there's like different levels to the cafeteria. I never went to like the higher levels because the higher levels have like different food, but like the main level is like the Korean food, and that was like the cheapest, so I just stayed on the main level. What's around the dorm is there's a lot of like convenience stores, so you can find the CU, the E-Mart, Paris Baguette. There was like another place called Siktak that I believe that was like Western food, like Italian food, and then there was Dalgi restaurant. So like this place that was like really cheap. It was like it's called like Strawberry Place, and you can get kimchi fried rice, and then you could also get like sundubu jjigae and kimchi jjigae, and they were really affordable. They were only like 5,000 won. From my experience, the Yonsei dorms are kind of inconvenient, I would say. It's not in the best location. It's on a hill, so when you had to push up your luggage after your flight, like after your 14-hour flight, you go from Incheon to Sincheon, and that is already an hour, and then you're just exhausted, and then you have to push up your like 30-pound luggage up a hill. That is like literally the most, I get nightmares, because that was like literally the most painful thing when I had to do that. But yeah, everybody has to do that, so I mean, whatever. But yeah, what was annoying, that it was placed on a hill, so every day you have to walk up a hill. It's not that close to the Sincheon subway, so it's like a 20-minute walk to the Sincheon subway, even though this is Sincheon. It was far. There are buses outside though of the Yonsei dorms. Those buses can take you to many places, like most places, like Hongdae and stuff. So then you didn't have to go to the subway, and the subway is more expensive than the bus, so I just took the bus most of the time. Also, like, you just didn't have to walk to the subway, and that was just amazing to me. So, yeah, so if you guys have any more questions, you can comment it down below, but other than that, this is it. I know I changed my hair again, but it is what it is. See you guys later. Bye.